In other news, despite a recently agreed ceasefire, killings have continued in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo. It's prompted the condemnation of the UN, which blamed M23 militants for the deaths. However, the group itself accused the global body of misrepresenting the facts.
I am appalled by the attacks on civilians by the M23 and other armed groups in eastern DRC amid continued fighting, despite the ceasefire that was recently signed in Doha. All attacks against civilians must stop immediately, and all those responsible must be held to account.
These accusations, which allegedly hold AFC M23 responsible for the deaths of 169 and 319 civilians in connection with an incident occurring between July 9th and 21st, 2025, across multiple localities, constitute a blatant misrepresentation of facts, a violation of impartiality, and a serious breach of UN institutional credibility.
Fighting in the region has been raging since the 1990s, and the UN claims at least 319 civilians were killed in July of this year alone. Dozens of women and children were among the victims, along with scores of local farmers. In total, more than 7,000 people have been killed since the beginning of the year, with nearly 8 million people having been displaced and over 28 million now facing food insecurity. June's peace deal between the DRC and Rwanda has done little to quell the violence, and locals say that they desperately need help.
I ask the authorities to help us through dialogue. We are the main victims of this war. We are truly suffering. We are like children suffering under the gaze of their parents. Let them really help us, because all we want is to return to our villages.
I am displaced, and we don't know how long we will remain displaced. We think about it, but we don't know how to get out of it. Because so far, we've been wandering around a lot without being able to return home. We have nothing to eat, day or night, and the children cry around us, begging for food. There's not even a way to make tea for the children.
Yes, the agreements are being signed in Doha and Washington, but on the ground, nothing is concrete. There are new waves of displaced people, which shows that there are still clashes here and there in the Masisi territory, in Rutshuru, and even in South Kivu. We demand that the agreements be respected on the ground, as they were signed in Doha, so that there be no more displacements. We call on all parties to respect the agreements and the ceasefire signed in Doha and Washington. Civilians must absolutely be protected on the ground, because they are the main victims of all this fighting.
Professor of economics at the ISDR Goma Institute, Dady Saleh, outlined the complexities of the area and how difficult it will be to achieve peace.
I think the main question, the situation is not improving, first of all, because we don't yet have a final agreement, in Doha. But if we go from the root of the question, we know that the United States of America has been supporting Rwanda for years, even when the first war started in 1998, let me say 1998 or 1997. The reason why we think that till now it's just like a play. We don't know what kind of play we are playing, and the UN has been supporting also Rwanda, the international community. Nowadays, we don't know if the situation has changed exactly, or we are still playing a kind of a game where Rwanda has been condemned by the UN if we take a resolution 2773 condemning Rwanda. It's supposed to withdraw. Is true in DRC and also M23. But till now, Rwanda is still in DRC, and now we have some other agreement. It means there is a confusion. We don't know if there is a willingness of resolving really this question of DRC.